Mishna 3. Antiginos ish Socho, kibo mishimen hatzadik. Hu haya omer. Okay, so here's our word kibel. Antiginos ish Socho, he received from Shimon HaTzadik. But you should know that what he received isn't what Shimon HaTzadik had to teach. Right? It's the beginning of the decline. So Antiginos ish Socho, he receives from Shimon HaTzadik, Hu haya omer, and he used to say, this was his approach to life, Al tiyu kavodim hamshamshim et harav al manas lekabel pras. Do not be like servants who serve their master on condition lekabel pras, that they receive a pras, a prize, a bonus. Ela chavu kavodim hamshamshim et harav shalo al manas lekabel pras. Rather, you should be like servants who serve their master not for the sake of any pras, any reward. V'chave mor shemayim alechem. And you should let the fear of heaven be upon you. And Avos to Rabbi Natan, it has an extra little phrase that says, and you'll get double payment in the world to come for it. But that's not part of the standard Mishnah, and it's probably not authoritative because the students of Antiginos destroyed the world. Antiginos had two primary students, Tzadok and Bothus. And they created two schools that followed, the Tzedukim and the Bothusians. The Tzedukim, the Sadducees, we're all familiar with. The Tzedukim and the Bothusians heard this Mishnah. They heard Antiginos ish Socho say, don't serve God not for the sake of a reward, don't serve for a reward, and you know what they said? There is no reward. It's clear that he's telling us there's no reward, and if there's no reward, there's no olam haba, and if there's no reward and there's no olam haba, I might as well go and party. And they corrupted everything so that they could party. Right? First, they just attacked those Mishnayot, those halachas that you didn't have clear in the Torah, and they attacked rabbinic authority, and they started the beginning of the end. Right? They became Hellenists, they became Torah enemies, but the Tzedukim, you see, all the way through the period of Rome, were the ones that are doing their best to destroy everything we have. Because they misunderstood this Mishnah. This Mishnah says, Antiginos ish Socho says, don't be like servants who serve their master for the sake of a pras. So we have another Mishnah that says you can trust God to pay you your schar. Right? Over and over we'll see Mishnayot that say, Hashem can be trusted to pay you the schar of your labor. You're allowed to serve God for schar. You're not allowed to serve God for pras. In fact, you can demand schar. You can look God right in the eye and say, if you don't give me schar, I am out of here. So the question is, what's schar in this case and what's pras? So if I hire you for $10 an hour, and you come to my office and you work for 2 hours, I owe you $20. That's schar. We made a deal. $10 an hour, 2 hours, $20. If I think you did a really, really good job, and I give you an extra $10 and pay you $30, that's pras. That's a bonus. It's a prize. You are not allowed to serve God for a pras, for a prize. You are allowed to serve God for a schar. You can demand He give you a schar, and we'll see other Mishnayot that say you can trust Him. You can count on God who will give you schar. So what is the schar? It's the same in any relationship. You are allowed to tell your wife, I will be kind and helpful and giving and loving for the schar, but not for pras. So what's the difference? It says in a relationship, the schar, the payment, is the relationship. You are allowed to tell God, God says to you, if you do a mitzvah, you'll be close to me. Right? God says, if you serve me, I'll open my heart to you. If you serve me, you'll be connected to me. If you act in such a way that draws me close, I will become close. So I'm allowed to look at God and say, I will do mitzvot on the condition that you love me. I can look at my Creator and say, I will do the proper thing on the condition that you draw my heart close to you. That's schar. You're allowed to demand that. What you're not allowed to do is say, God, I'll serve you, but you make me healthy. I will do mitzvot on the condition that I'm rich. But if you don't make me rich and times are tough, I'm out of here. That's pras. You cannot tell your wife, I will be kind to you and come home on time and be respectful on condition that you cook for me or do other favors. You can't tell your husband, I'll be a good wife on condition that you give me jewelry. But you are allowed to tell your wife, I will be a good husband and work hard for you on condition that you love me. You have the right to demand of your spouse that they love you, that they give their soul to you, that they connect to you. You have the right to demand of God that He be connected to you. When I do a mitzvah, you got to draw me close. That you can demand, but you can't say, God, you know what? You gave me cancer, dude. I'm out of here. All right? Life stinks. I'm done. You know, my foot hurts. I'm done. Times are tough. I'm done. Right? You can't do that. You have no right. He says, don't be like servants who serve for a pros. The pros in a relationship is the extra bonuses. It's the thing, right? God does not promise you that he'll make you rich. He does not promise you that your life is going to be easy. Apparently, he doesn't even promise you that you're going to be healthy. Times are tough. That's your challenge. That's the struggle. God says, listen, you know what? I know who you are and I know what you need. I know what struggles you need. I'll give you those struggles. And you can't say to God, I don't want this. You know, I'm done. You made it hard on me. I'm out of here. But you can say, God, you love me. I'm going to do mitzvot, but I am certainly counting on you making sure that I get paid for it. That's why the addition I was to wrote right in Natan is that the payment's in the next world. The payment is that the connection to Hashem that you build in this world, you have the ability to enjoy and take pleasure in the next world. So that's this Mishnah. Right? More Shemayim Aleichem, let the fear of heaven be on you. That it's not all sweet. Right? God says, serve me. If you don't serve me, there's consequences. But you should know that if you serve me, if you do mitzvot, I will love you. It won't always be easy, and you won't always be healthy. But if you serve God, he'll always love you.